Do you ever feel like you are doing all the things, but none of it seems to matter? Are you sharing, posting, checking off your to-do list, but not seeing any growth or action toward what you're creating in your life or your business? If so, this podcast is for you. The hidden work of growth, building what no one sees. I'm teaching you today on why slow seasons are preparation seasons. With actionable strategies, we can stay consistent and be peaceful while God is building the foundation. Welcome to Flourish, the podcast for faith-driven mompreneurs who are ready to release overwhelm, create sustainable, healthy habits, and build purpose-driven businesses aligned with their faith, family, and vision. I'm Stephanie Book, a transformational mindset, wellness, and business coach. I'm here to equip you with the tools, mindset shifts, and encouragement to help you flourish. If you're ready to grow a thriving life and business while staying aligned with your faith, purpose, and priorities, you're in the right place. You are worthy and capable of living a full and flourishing life. Success isn't just possible, it's meant for you. Let's dive in. Hey there, and welcome to the Flourish podcast. My name is Stephanie, and I am so glad that you are here. It's easy to celebrate growth, but it's the unseen work that makes it sustainable. Today, I want to talk to you about what's happening under the surface and how to keep showing up with faith, focus, and practical rhythms, even when the results feel slow. I don't know about you, but I know that sometimes I look at what I'm doing and it just feels like nothing's happening. But I promise you, there is something under the surface. So often we're doing all the things. We're showing up for the people we care about. We're doing all the actions in our business. We're showing up everywhere we're needed. We're bringing value so we can serve. We do so much. We can find ourselves keeping busy all day long, doing all the things, but so often we don't see the results. I mentioned this on the podcast last week about how we can work so hard on something and no one will ever notice what we've done. Just like cleaning out that silverware drawer that you know is clean, but nobody else cares about it or even notices. So I want to expand on that a little bit so that we can maybe have some ways that can step into faithful growth when it doesn't feel like anything's happening. I shared a lot personally last week, but I thought today I wanted to give you some practical tips and tools to be able to step in this week and make some tweaks or shifts of your perspective so that we can also see the growth in what's coming even when you can't see it. As faith-driven women and entrepreneurs, we look for God for guidance and strength in the waiting. He promises to always be there to equip us and know that the outcomes we are going toward. But he does not say when that's going to happen, right? This can really be difficult when we're working and we're looking for that fruit, but we're not seeing it. We can easily get sucked into looking for the results or of the expectations that we have put on ourselves or on God. And quickly we overlook the progress we are actually making. So before we step into a few tips, let's just take a look at a few passages of scripture. Philippians 1:6 says, "And I am sure of this, that he who began a good work in you will bring it to completion at the day of Jesus Christ." This provides a foundation of hope by emphasizing that God is the one who starts a good work and he'll finish it. He will finish it. We just need to keep choosing to press forward. Colossians 2:6 and 7 says, "So then, just as you received Christ Jesus as Lord, continue to live in him, rooted and built up in him, strengthened in the faith as you were taught, and overflowing with thankfulness." This passage uses a metaphor of a plant being rooted and built up, describing spiritual growth as a continuous and foundational process. We often expect immediate growth for ourselves, yet we do not think of it when a seed is planted and it goes through all those stages before we can see the fruit, right? We want to be rooted in him and allow his work to be done in his timing, just like he does in the plants. And then Galatians 6:9 and 10 says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Therefore, as we have an opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially to those who belong to the family of believers." So we don't want to give up. We know that the harvest is coming. We know that God promises to equip us. And when he's called us to serve and to do the things that we know he's laid on our heart, he was going to provide as we stay consistent, as we continue to show up, as we continue to grow. But we want to make sure that we're looking at his timing and know that he will do his work when he is ready and when he sees it's fit. And so often that happens, and we will look for the growth, we'll look for the growth, or expect a specific growth to happen, and it doesn't happen. But we stay consistent, and then all of a sudden, God brings in something that is bigger than what we would have thought or what we expected or what we had hoped for. And so his timing is better. His plan is better. We just need to focus on him, stay connected, and do the things that we know we're called to do and let him come in his timing. So what do you see is growing in your life and business? It might not be the outcome you're searching for, but I guarantee it, if you're putting in the effort, something is growing. God is working. So I encourage you to journal this out and look for what's growing and what's being built. And what are you not noticing that is right there in front of you? How often do we miss the things that are happening right in front of us because we're so focused on something different? So if we ask those questions, what's growing, what's being built, and what am I not noticing right there in front of me? So now that we've looked into God's Word, I want to share 3 R's of practical steps for a steady growth. The first R is rhythm. If we create a weekly flow that supports your priorities, this will help. You start each week by mapping out just 3 key tasks that move your mission forward. This is key, and I share about it all the time. But if we do too much or we put too much on our plate, we often get less done. We feel stressed and overwhelmed in the process. When you focus on the 3, only 3, those tasks will start helping you build momentum, and there's peace in your life and business. So just imagine if you have 3 things planned and you get all 3 things done, how good that feels, right? Instead of saying, I didn't do all these 50 other things that I put on my list, you could be like, I finished the 3 things that were on my list or that I wanted to complete for this week or for this day, however you're doing that. And that shows that progress. It allows you to notice the things that are changing, and it frees up your mind. You're able to walk away from the day or from that week being like, wow, I accomplished all 3 things that I wanted to do. There might be a lot of things there, but they will come as you free up your mind with not all that space of extra things that you're trying to do, and just focus on those 3 things. So find a rhythm, find those 3 things that you can focus on. The second is reflection. Don't just plan, but pause. Reflection is so important, especially when we're looking to see the progress or the wins we are having. And I talk about that too, to find those wins. What are those little baby steps that you can celebrate along the way? I encourage you to take at least 10 minutes at the end of the week to know what worked, what didn't, and what God revealed. If you find reflecting difficult, I do have several different ways for you to find some reflection prompts. My Faith and Flourish reflection journal is full of prompts and reflection and ways that you can really ask those questions, reflecting on your week, on your day, on your month, and beyond, and what God is doing. And so make sure to check down below the video, and there'll be a link for that journal. Or there are a few other things. So you can message me or comment below, or connect with me on Instagram at steph.book and say, hey, I need some of those reflection resources that you mentioned, and we will find the right ones for you and get them to you. And the last one is refocus. When doubt hits, come back to your why and your word. Oh my goodness, this is so important. Why are you doing what you're doing? We all have a deep down reason for the work we are doing. Whether we're working on our health or really wanting to create that long life and longevity so we can see our families grow and expand, or maybe we have a desire to serve others so they can finally see their value because you've lived your life so long with not seeing yours. Whatever it is, deep down, there's something that brings you toward that action. If you're not fully connected to the reason you're choosing to move, the things that you're doing, the ways to move throughout the day, this is where I recommend you start. Do you know your why, and why you're wanting to work toward that? There's some great resources out there to help with this, or you can connect with a coach or a support person to help you answer those deep questions so you have a clear direction on what you are working toward. I cannot express this enough. Coaching has made such an impact in my life. First with my health coaching and now with my business, I'm able to have the right people that I go toward to ask for help, to say, I need some clarity, or will you help me walk through this? There's exercises that you can do to help you really get deep into your why and understand what it is that you're doing all this for. And a coach can help guide you that way. And so I highly encourage you to find a coach, whether you want to ask me for some assistance or you have somebody else in your life that is coaching, but someone that can give you that extra step that you need to move forward, to help you reflect, to help you focus on that why and understand what you're doing, why you're doing it, and then maybe even identify those things that might be blocking you. So we're not going to talk fully about coaching, but I want you to make sure that you know you are fully focused on what it is you want to create, why you want to create it, because that will make such a difference. So remember that these 3 R's as you approach your work, your health, or your goals. Make time to create rhythm, reflect, and refocus. When you find the rhythm, reflect, and refocus, you're going to invite God into the process through all of it. You can ask Him to lead you toward the best path. Practice being in alignment with God, your goals, and your actions, and those prompts will help you do that. That rhythm, the review, and the refocus, that's going to help you make sure that all the things that you're doing are aligning you with what God wants. Use tools to help you keep on task and track where you are, where you've been, and where you want to go. Use the different resources that I talk about here all the time. Or if you're not sure what resource you want, remember, I'm here. Just message me. And I have lots of different ways that I can help you because I want to see you grow. I want to see you connect with the Lord and move towards what's most important. Friends, remember, growth isn't just about what's visible. It's about what's sustainable. The work God's doing in private prepares you to stand strong in public. This is the growth that matters, not the flashy growth, but the steady, God-aligned growth designed just for you. If this episode spoke to you at all, please share it with a friend who's building something that no one sees yet. And if you're ready to organize your business with more peace, less pressure, you can grab the Faith and Flourish Trello board. It's a beautiful tool to help you create really some flow in your week. Or you can grab the Faith and Flourish Entrepreneur Toolkit or just the journal itself. And all of these are tools that I've created to help you have that focus and have that reframe to be able to step in fully, allowing God to take the reins, so to speak. You have the plan, you have that desire that He's laid in your heart, and allow Him to use you the way He sees fit, the way He's designed you. And you can step in and create that outcome that you desire, one that's connected with God, an outcome that's probably way beyond what you can imagine when you step in and surrender and let God do it all. So friends, again, thank you for listening. Please remember that you are worthy and capable of living a full and flourishing life. Success isn't just possible, it's meant for you. Take care. Thank you for joining me on Flourish. I hope today's episode left you feeling inspired and equipped to take your next step with confidence. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd love for you to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend who needs this encouragement. Be sure to connect with me on Instagram at steph.book and join our Facebook community of faith-driven women who are ready to flourish. Make sure to check out the show notes for all the ways we can connect and continue this journey of growth together. My friends, remember, you are worthy and capable of living a full and flourishing life. Success isn't just possible, it's meant for you. Take care.